Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something I think everyone grapples with. How do you actually learn something properly? So it sticks. Goes beyond just like reading a book cover to cover. Our source is excerpts from NEBOSH Study Skills and Effective Learning Strategies. Now, this was originally for professional qualifications, but honestly, the idea is super useful for anyone trying to absorb complex stuff fast. Our mission today is basically unlocking that smarter way to learn without feeling completely overwhelmed. And the source hits you right away with this question: are you really ready to study? Like, forget the topic for a second. It asks things like, am I organized? When am I actually going to study? Do I even know how to study effectively? And how will I revise later? Seems basic, maybe, but the guide says asking this up front stops you wasting time.
Yeah, what's fascinating is how these questions lay the groundwork. It's like saying preparedness. Your strategy is just as vital as the information itself. It's about, setting up your mental space first.
Okay, let's dig into that. First up, getting organized. And it's way more than just, okay, book, pen, done. The real point here seems to be removing any little obstacle before you even start. Like, have your index cards, your highlighters, maybe some water, your focus music if you use it. Have it all sitting there. So when you feel ready to study, boom, you just dive in. No friction.
Exactly. That connects directly to cognitive flow. Removing those tiny hurdles, it massively boosts your focus and concentration right from the get-go. It's almost like performance psychology for studying, making the start effortless.
Right. Then there's when to study. And it's not just, oh, I have an hour free here. It's more about planning around everything else: work, life commitments, and knowing yourself. Are you sharpest in the morning or a night owl? And crucially, it emphasizes scheduling rest and relaxation. That's not slacking off. It actually prevents stress, improves performance. There's that great line: if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. It's about making learning sustainable, not a burnout exercise.
Makes total sense. You can't just willpower your way through constantly.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting for me: how to study. Because if you think studying is just reading the material, well, this guide says, it's much more than just reading.
Oh, absolutely. Effective studying, according to this, is active. It's thinking while you read. It's like comparing what you're reading to what you already know, spotting the gaps in your understanding, reflecting on it. It's about building real comprehension, something that actually sticks in your memory, which kind of begs the question: how do you build that mental framework dimension?
Yeah, and they use this brilliant jigsaw puzzle analogy. Think about it. You don't start a jigsaw puzzle top left and just work across right. No, you find the corners first, then the edge pieces, maybe some easy recognizable bits inside. Then you tackle the tricky parts, like all that blue sky.
Good analogy.
So applied to studying, the approach is: first, skim the whole book. Get the big picture, make really brief notes. Then, and this is important, take a break, like a proper pause.
Right, let it sink in a bit.
Then you read the first section, they call it Element 1, but you actually skip the hard bits initially. Just focus on what you do get, make short notes, maybe just single words or phrases. And here's another key bit: take a break after maybe 40 minutes or so. They say concentration really dips after an hour. Frequent, short breaks are better.
Okay.
You keep going like that, section by section. Don't let yourself get bogged down on difficult stuff yet. Then you circle back, reread things, correct your initial notes, add more detail, and now you tackle those tricky parts you skipped, breaking them down piece by piece.
What's really interesting there is how counterintuitive it feels skipping stuff. But it really respects how our brains actually learn and consolidate information. It's not forcing this rigid linear path.
Yeah.
It allows that mental model to form more naturally.
Exactly. And finally, how to organize your notes, because it's not about just memorizing words verbatim for an exam or even for real life. It's about understanding and applying ideas. So your notes need to support that.
Right. They need to be usable tools, not just a transcript.
Yeah, so they suggest practical things. Make sure your notes are actually readable, obviously. Use flashcards for definitions or formulas, maybe color-coded highlighters like yellow for definitions, green for legal stuff, whatever works for you. Page markers, sticky notes. Mind maps are great for seeing connections between ideas, summary posters, even noting down relevant web links or things your tutor said.
All tools to build that flexible understanding rather than just rote recall.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway? I think it's that effective learning isn't just about brute force, reading more hours. It's much more about being strategic, being self-aware about how you learn best, and being smart about organizing yourself and your notes, working smarter.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How can we take these principles like removing friction beforehand, the strategic pacing, that jigsaw approach to build understanding? How can we apply that to other things, like maybe prepping for a huge work project, or even just trying to make sense of all the complex news events happening?
That's a great point. It's a really practical mindset shift. So maybe take a second now. Think about your own learning habits. Is there just one thing from this deep dive, maybe the 40-minute focus block or skipping hard bits initially, that you could try out this week? Give it a go. You might find it makes a bigger difference than you expect in how well you learn and remember things.